Okay, it is the off season for the girls. Today when I checked the coop, there was literally no eggs. I was very disappointed. But since we had the privilege of having our overabundance in March to be freeze dried, we are not without goodness. So this is going to be our first time doing this, and we've looked up recipes and whatnot. Terry said 1 to 1?
Yep, she said 1 to 1 in 5 minutes.
Okay, so 1 to 1 ratio. So we got about a cup and a half of eggs here. Was that a half? Yeah, a cup and a half of eggs. Approximately 8 eggs were in this Mylar bag. And so what we're gonna do, so 1.5, that'll take us to 3. So I'm gonna fill it up with some water up to 3 cups, and then I'm gonna stir. So I decided to stop around 2, just to, I don't know, 1 to 1 sounds a little much, but I could be wrong. Alright, so we're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes and come back and see how well it's reconstituted. Oh, I did use cool water out of the faucet in case that is something you wanted to know. Okay, Google, set a timer for 5 minutes.
Alright, 5 minutes, starting now.
Stop. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Maybe I need to just like beat it. It's not complete. I see some chunks in there. I'm gonna let it go a few more minutes. So waited about 2 more minutes, maybe 3, and I'm not seeing much more dilution, I guess is the proper term, happening. Like there are chunks like that. I wonder if I can mash it. Yeah. So it's just a piece of the yolk. Ooh, making a mess now. Okay. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out into the cooking. I think I should have used lukewarm water. Next time I will. Hubby is gonna scramble these up and we're gonna do a taste test. In the meantime, these others that we just got washed up, go ahead and put them away. Oh, they didn't get seasoned. overabundance of eggs in the spring is kind of common for a lot of people that have chickens, especially if you have more than a handful. It's like spring is, new life. and the temperatures are warming up, the days are lengthening, and so eggs that the girls have been holding on to all winter long and all fall are like, hey, yeah, let's do this, you know. So if you have a means to save those eggs, there's so many different techniques: water glassing, dehydration, freezing, and freeze drying, to name the ones that I'm aware of when it comes to eggs. Oh, there's also the salt preservation technique, but I don't think you could use those eggs in this way at that point. You'd have to use them in a different way, but it is a way of preserving eggs nonetheless. I mean, they are cooking up just like regular eggs. It's crazy. I don't know what I expected. The taste is gonna be the kicker. So we're doing breakfast bowls. That's good. Alright. I look a mess, so I'm not going to show my face, but I'm definitely about to try this, okay? Oh, it feels so fluffy. It's an egg. It's an egg! Yeah, that tastes just like an egg. It was basically my shock coming out that there was no real alteration to texture or flavor by freeze drying the egg. It tastes just like it would had you cracked the egg, seasoned it, and scrambled it. So I'll have to sit down and like figure out what the percentage of water to powder we actually did for this to come out the way it did, but I just know it's good. After going back and reviewing the footage, I decided that I wanted to do a redo of this so that I can give more accurate information on the amount of water used per egg. So this time we're going to do a smaller amount, and hopefully we can give you more accurate information this go round. We're going to try this again with actual measurements and numbers, so that if this is something that you're doing and doing things by feel is just not for you, I totally understand. This is 1 tablespoon of our egg powder. All right, so we're gonna go for the 1-to-1 ratio first, which would just be another one of these, which is a tablespoon of water. All right, let's give it a stir. I did use filtered water this time, and I also made it a little bit warmer, hoping to dissolve more of those clumps. Let's just let that sit for a second, and we'll come back. All right, so this is our 1-to-1, and it's a little, we may need a little bit more water. Let's do another teaspoon of water and see where that puts us. Alright, so that's a little bit more of what I'm used to seeing after mixing an egg. Yeah. So that was like a tablespoon and a half of water to a tablespoon of egg. A little more than 1-to-1. reconstituted egg with no seasoning. That's it. That's what we're going with. We're going to go with 1 tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of water. That's going to be our recommendation for our area, our humidity, our batch. And that's this batch. The next batch that we do, I don't know, we may need more. Thanks for coming along on this adventure, and an adventure it definitely was. We have several of those Mylar bags that have been put up since March. Hopefully it'll be just enough for us to get through the winter. Catch you in the next video.